Hello everyone, and welcome to the Plant Biodiversity series. In this video, we will be looking at question 6 from the Northwest November 2024 exam. This is a shorter question, only worth 6 marks, but we'll be looking at the different plant divisions. So let's jump into it. Question 2.4 gives you a diagram with 4 different images. Diagram A is showing us a gymnosperm, commonly known as a conifer. Diagram B is showing us a pteridophyte, commonly known as a fern. And diagram C is showing us an angiosperm, commonly known as a flowering plant. And diagram D is showing us a bryophyte, commonly known as a moss. I would like you to pause the video, answer the questions. Thereafter, we will go through the answers. Question 2.4.1 asks you to identify the plant groups for A and C. A is the gymnosperm. We know that it is a gymnosperm because we see that there are 2 cones visible. C is an angiosperm. We know this because we can see the flower that is visible on the plant. So that means it must be an angiosperm. Question 2.4.2 asks you to label the parts 1, 3, and 4. So label 1 is the female cone, and it's important to distinguish between male and female cone because label 2 is pointing to a male cone. A very good way to tell the difference is that the female cone is much bigger, whereas the male cone is much smaller. So the cones that you are most familiar with are the female cones. So for this question, you have to specify that label 1 is pointing to the female cone. Label 3 on diagram B is pointing to the leaves or the compound leaves of the fern. Label 4 on diagram B is pointing to the horizontal stem of the pteridophyte. This is known as the rhizome. So it isn't pointing to the roots, it is pointing to the rhizome. Question 2.4.3 asks you to name the structure that developed from a germinated spore B. That would be the prothallus. So remember, the gametophyte structure of the fern or the pteridophyte is the heart-shaped prothallus. It is out of the heart-shaped prothallus that the sporophyte that we are looking at grows out of. Right, I'd like you to count how many questions you got right, give yourself a mark out of 6, and then we can move on to the next question.